American college student missing in Dominican Republic didn't drown. Natalee Holloway private IB leaves. Fox News. University of Pittsburgh student Sadiksha Kananki's disappearance from a Punta Cana resort should be seen as suspicious, according to a private investigator. Below are your comments. This is only my personal experience, but when I was in Punta Cana in the winter years ago, I didn't see a single big wave. The water was very calm. I'm also inclined to think it was not a drowning. I suspect it will take some money to the right cop to solve this disappearance. No doubt there are cameras all over this island, and moving someone around late at night is not easy. Why done without someone having a record? Punta Cana is a big resort destination development, and the owner-developers don't need this type of problem. They should lead in finding out what occurred, as they have deep connections to the Dominican Republic. Most of the resorts caution you to avoid straying from resort property or engaging in risky behavior, which includes going to the beach alone after dark. Her friends shouldn't have left her, and she shouldn't have left her friends. When you add alcohol to the mix, you are asking for trouble. I'm just curious as to how they were able to get into the water at that time. I was at this same resort in November of 2023, and there were security guards walking along the beach at night that were telling people to come back closer to the resort. I was sitting on the beach with a few friends at 2:30 a.m. and saw the guard tell several people they are not allowed in the water. Her friends were not such good friends if they let her alone with a stranger at 4:30 in the morning. So sad for this beautiful young soul. The beach in Rio is lethal. Just last year, I waved at a lifeguard because a father and his daughter were pushed back into the ocean, luckily blocked by rocks. And in another year, an entire family drowned trying to save each other. That beach in particular, called Macau, is not to be played with, especially at night. I always remember growing up, my father had a list of things I was never to do. Don't hitchhike, don't accept a drink from someone you don't know well, etc., etc. He would often say, somebody might steal you. Not bleep, that was a concept his brain couldn't handle. Yet when I was 19 years old, I went to Mexico on spring break, not once, but twice with my friends. All the things my father tried to ingrain in my head went right out the door. I just wanted to have fun with my friends. One of my friends suggested, why waste money on a cab, let's hitchhike. Something I would never do in the United States, yet I was doing it in Mexico. We did a lot stupid things. It's a miracle we made it home safe. It's sad you can't go on vacation and do something as simple as walk on the beach at night. But you can't do that anywhere in the world and be safe. Me and my family just got back from a resort in Jamaica on Sunday. The resort itself was absolutely stunning, and all the staff were so kind. The only downside I saw was all the young girls there wearing bikinis that looked to be made of floss. It was very disturbing, to say the least. There is nothing attractive about a woman who feels the need to bear it all to the world. Unfortunately, girls who wear that stuff are out for attention and bring a lot of problems on themselves. Vase. If I had a daughter, I would have taught her not to expose herself to others like that, and have some class. I seem to remember what van der Sloot said when he came to the US. Drowning wasn't how she died. Her body was taken out to sea and dumped. There is too much evil in the world today to spring break anymore. There is no longer safety in groups. The days of beach blanket bingo are long gone. The latest I've heard is that her friends left the beach but she stayed with a guy, and this was around 4 a.m. The guy said they went into the water and went out fairly deep, and she got separated from him and apparently drowned. At the time, the police seemed to believe the young man. Her clothes were found on the beach, so she probably was nude going into the water. All this seems like she was a risk taker, so things happen. Hope they can find her alive. I've lived near the beach most of my life but never went swimming in the ocean at night. Almost nothing good happens at 4:30 a.m. in a foreign country. Don't be scared to travel, just make better choices. I wish they would have a class in college that teaches common sense. When are these young ladies going to learn that number 1, do not go to these foreign countries, number 2, stop dry King, number 3, do not go off with a complete stranger, number 4, do not go swimming in the ocean at 4:30 a.m. This poor girl's family. I cannot even begin to imagine what they are going through. Spring break and all of its debauchery was a rite of passage for us as young college students fried from midterm exams. My friends and I always went to some faraway place and got stupid without fear or concern for our safety. Naive, yes, but we always stayed together and would not under any circumstance allow one of the girls to go off with some rando. I hope her family finds peace someday. Last seen headed to the beach in a bikini at 4:15 a.m. in the DR. What could possibly go wrong? Know someone who only a few weeks ago returned from vacation in Punta Cana. She had such a wonderful time and highly recommended. This story kind of puts a damper on her recommendation. She's probably been sold and not even in the country now. I will agree with the article that she did not drown. If she did, she had help in doing so. We can all sit here and try to guess who did what and why this happened to begin with. The bottom line at who is at fault will be her own judgment. Should that cost be her own life? We hope not. Yet, being out at 4:30 a.m. walking on the beach with someone you just met or alone is not a smart move. Even if you are walking down Daytona or Huntington Beach in America. The romantic side in all of us might wish for that perfect fairy tale ending, yet the reality of the world is you are putting yourself at risk being out at that time with someone you do not know or allo. Nay. I have been to the doctor. We actually stayed at this same resort. I can tell you for sure, she did not get hit by a big wave. There are absolutely no waves near the shore at all. They also have netting a few hundred yards away from the shore to keep sharks and other things out of the water where people swim. So if she drowned, her body would have stayed in that area. It would not have drifted off and washed up far away. If it does, she was dumped on the. Nobody needs to be out in a foreign country at 4:15 in the morning, especially young women unfamiliar with their surroundings and what or who they may encounter. Yes, it's spring break and enjoying it is what it's all about. I'm from the area where Natalee Holloway lived, and the effects of her disappearance and death are street ill, a dark cloud and ever present. Young people, be smart and don't take safety for granted. I hope this family gets the closure that took 20 years for the Holloways to finally get. I can't believe parents still allow their kids to go to these places by themselves. Moreover, I find it even harder to imagine that these kids would be so unaware as to the dangers and risks surrounding them. Generally speaking, I'd say the naivete of young affluent, entitled American boys and girls, men and women is a big issue. Many young people are clueless about how to navigate the world when they're not under their parents' safety net. Despite feeling grown up, they are still immature and somewhat innocent. I have read countless stories about how they have been cheated, exploited, manipulated, or victimized when they are on vacation, spring break, etc., due to trusting the wrong person. Sounds like we have heard this before, only in Aruba. Seeing Yahoo blocked my comment earlier makes you think about her friends, because when I travel as a group, when one leaves we all leave together. Especially at night, I'm not leaving anyone behind. Sudden big wave drowned her? It's not West Coast, it's Caribbean. It doesn't normally have big waves at those sandy beaches, unless there is a storm, and if it is, you don't go swimming at 4:30 a.m. Being on vacation does not make you invulnerable to harm. The criminals are counting on your arrogance in order to take advantage of you. In this day and age, if you want to take the kinds of risks of traveling to foreign lands, then be ready to accept any circumstances you may encounter. She's gone. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.